Everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are going to be reviewing a console May player. So let's take a look and see how this goes. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do be sure to like and subscribe. That helps me grow and lets me keep doing this. If on the other hand you're looking for coaching yourself, you can join the Discord in the link below, and from there you'll be able to see all sorts of incredible stuff like my rates. Mostly you'll be able to see my rates, and hey, that helps if you and I are coaching. Okay, so that's fine. A little late to set that wall if we wanted it, but now we've got the wall back, and we can use it to be super annoying. So you've got two positions you can really think of with May. One would be you can go, hey, I want to be able to take shots at them, etc. And this is actually better for that because this gives you cover that you can open and close. The other one is I'm going to hide and hope that they try and push before they realize I'm here, before they've had a chance to press tab, and I'm going to have a super easy wall from here, and I'm going to be able to split them like this. So you'd either kind of hide in this corner right here and then go for the wall like that right as they cross, or you'd kind of sit here and be like, oh, pink, 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 and I'm going to, pink you with my little icicles from my weapon here, etc. Those are kind of the two places you'd be thinking about. The problem is this right here. When I say this, I mean this right here is just kind of in the middle of nowhere. If they round the corner and start shooting at you, you don't have any real cover options. Your cover option is, let me try and run all the way over here to close this angle, or all the way up here to get up to high ground, or let me run all the way over here to close this angle, or maybe I'm going to back up and go behind this rock. Like, this isn't great. So over here or over here are both better options for sort of starting this. And then you can mostly just play this wall if you want. You can play here, you have a little extra bulk as May. You can easily hit your walls here. You can do that nice cleave freeze stuff as they try to walk through. And if your tanks are going to play up here anyways, that's probably a better position for you. So here turns into here after they know you exist, and you get to still do your freezy stuff. It wouldn't be left clicks because you're on console, but it would be your snowy stuff rather than your icicles right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back and get on our May. Okay, so that's fine. You got her. So you don't want to waste your wall like this. This team is actually terrified of you. You don't realize it, but this team is literally terrified of you on this map because you have the ability to drop a wall right here when some of them are through. So if the Reinhardt and the McCree walk through and you hit the wall, when the Anna and the Moira and the D.Va are out, D.Va's going to be able to shift up and get over the wall, but you've still got almost 5 seconds of a 6v2 or a 6v3 that you get to take. If you use your wall like this and you miss, you use your wall, this wall, you miss, maybe you meant to put it here, but if you did, that wouldn't have been good because they weren't splittable yet. If you meant to put it here, well, that's bad. You want to put it here and you want to put it through here when a couple of them are through. Because at that point, you've either got 5 seconds for all 6 of you to fight, say, Reinhardt and McCree, or you get yourself less time than that, but during that time, all 6 of them are trying to break one of the pillars in your thing. So they'd be like trying to break this pillar, and that potentially means McCree turns around and is shooting at this while your whole team is shooting at their Rhine shield, and maybe you're running in and going gang freeze, going, etc., etc. So that's still a pretty big advantage. So you've really got to be careful with your walls. Pretty much the only wall you want to do before all 6 of them are in is this wall right here to get some sort of split on them. It could be a 1-5, a 3-3, a 4-2, whatever. But some sort of split that keeps some of them out that would have liked to join the people that are rotating in. And that is like May's best value on this map by far. Okay. And because you used your wall, you got to pick now, so they probably won't push. But because you used your wall, they knew that they had 7 seconds there that they could potentially push during. And those are big. They're looking really hard for those windows and ways to create those windows. So you don't want to just give them to them for free. Nope. Can't waste your walls like that. Can't do it. Because they're all going to be back. You know, McCree's probably already almost back by now. Let's take a look. Where's McCree? Yeah, McCree's a good 4 seconds out, and your wall is still going to be 6 seconds on cooldown. So they'll have a short window where they could run through. Don't peek up there. Don't do that wall. So maybe you're thinking this wall slows them down where, oh, they're going to have to go around it. That's not worth it. This wall is going to be so much more valuable. And this wall wasn't like a full wall that locked out Echo so that her team couldn't join her. And also, she's not a good person to try and split with a wall because she has her flight and can just go up, right, and out if she's in trouble.
Get in here! My barrier is destroyed.
So they have that coalescence going, so you don't want to keep sort of leaning in front of your team like this. You're sort of leaning in front of your team. You actually want to go wider like this so that they have to pick. Are they going to coalescence you, or are they going to coalescence back there? Are they going to coalescence back there? You want them in a situation where they can't get multiple of you with that piercing beam that is coalescence. And that's the Moira ult, by the way. That's coalescence. Good. So that's a better wall. You see that? No one can get through that, and it's a little bit of a shame because you've already lost someone, but now you've got a 5v1 here. Excuse me, a 5v2. Maybe D.Va will join them and it'll be a 5v3, but this is good. It's unfortunate that your team is sort of so pushed back by the ults that they already used, but this is a big deal. You can take this fight. You should be pushing hard. You should run in and get this Ana elimination. Run in, frost her, freeze her, whatever. If you trust your aim, you can shoot her in the head with an icicle. That's fine. But you can run in and get this elimination. Just be sure to ice block if she pulls out her sleep dart. You didn't actually have to. Yeah, that's fine. You can't wait this long, though. So it was fine to ice block to clear the purple, potentially, but you need that Ana elimination before your wall comes down. You need to finish Ana before that wall comes down. Everything is about that. Yeah, and you didn't, but ultimately the turret got her. But still, now they're going to be able to join this Echo. So you should have had more time to work on this Echo and this Ana here. Hopefully you get this left click. Okay. Sorry, when I say left click, I mean your freeze beam as opposed to your icicle, just because I really wanted to make sure you got her there. And it's a little more forgiving at that range to use the freeze beam, it does less damage. No. So Blizzard is a really good ult, but I think you threw that right into a defense matrix, and you also threw that at a D.Va that was looking at you, and at a... Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. You were already winning this fight. It was close, but you were winning this fight, and these guys were now backing off. Now, I don't necessarily mind using your ult to stagger them if you can then get a bunch of ult charge back for your allies, but even if you had hit your Blizzard here, your team wouldn't be able to follow up on it. Your Ana's all the way back here. Your BAP and Torb are back here, so it would take them a good 3-4 seconds to run up here, and that's kind of the duration of your ult. So like your ult will be over, and then they'll leave. That's not really a good trade for you. Does that make sense? Like you won't go from 100 ult charge to 0. You can't get ult charge back during your ult. Maybe you get Ana Lim because it's just you, and you stagger them by 2-3 more seconds because you'd already recently gotten the limbs. You don't get any ult charge back for your team because the team who can build ult charge while you're using your ult aren't here to do any work. Does that make sense? So you didn't want to use your Blizzard here. Okay, it didn't get eaten. That's nice. You didn't want to retreat, though. If you commit your Blizzard like that, you are going to push in, because you do want to make sure the limbs happen, and you want to actually go in there and use your freezy beam to help freeze some targets faster, so that other people can go get those limbs and go get that ult charge, and so that they have a harder time getting out, getting away, etc. That's got to just be a misclick. Surely you didn't mean that block there. You can't back out. You have to be ready to hit this wall. So you don't just want to get in a poke fight because, you know, all of these guys are kind of better at poke than you. Maybe D.Va's not. Debatable. But McCree and Ana are just going to take shots at you. D.Va's going to take shots at you. And you're kind of doing this alone. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of you versus them. If you look at where your Torb is, he can't see any of them. Anna can't see any of them. And Torp and Anna are probably going to worry about this Echo anyway. So, yeah, Bap could potentially see them, but he's clearly worried about this Echo. So you're kind of taking a 3v1 by opening the angle here. Just close the angle. Don't do the 3v1, close the angle. Better still would have been for you to be over here most of this time, where you'd have these Iwusu walls, and they'd have to walk into you, who's pretty powerful at close range. Okay. Okay, so while your tank's here, it's okay if you use them as a shield and sort of shoot. Be ready to wall, be ready to wall. Okay. The wall's got to be in the choke. Ice block. So your ice block will make you basically immortal. Yeah, it will make you immortal. So you can't ice block if you don't know where self-destruct is and you're worried it might hit you. You had plenty of time to dodge that self-destruct, but when you didn't, you do have the cheat of being able to ice block. But that's fine. You'll look around faster and find those faster, probably as you play more. Do you know how to do that? Okay. You can ice block yourself up and walk across, or not ice block, ice wall yourself up and walk across and then jump, and it's not too hard, but that's fine. You don't need to do that now. You need to respect that first. You don't really want to run into the middle of the team like that, because then you're potentially getting shot at from every direction. It would have been better to deal with that McCree, fight that McCree. You can shoot at him, you can freeze him, you can try to, if you want, you can try to predictive block his flash with ice block. Like, that would have been the better thing to do, and then once you've dealt with him, you get that health pack there, and then you go and work your way back into the fight. You don't want to run into the center of the fight unless you're all inning as a team to go run into the center of the fight together, and even then, you generally want to play for the angles.
Let them up.
Okay, so this path is slower than just walking straight down mid to get here in the future for getting back here. Freezer. Yeah, she won't like that. Then you finish her with a... So while she's frozen, that's when it's really easy to line up a headshot on her with your icicle. Now, that's not saying you have to freeze every target before you start shooting icicles at them. You definitely don't. But against some of the more slippery targets like her, you might want to do that to stop them from getting away. Or if it's going to enable your teammates. Like if you've got a Reinhardt, you might want to immediately start frosting something so that it's easier for him to stay on them. You're enhancing his damage effectively. So high ground is the default here. You generally would group at high ground. If they're coming mid, you'll be ready to wall mid. But generally, yeah, they're going high ground. So you need to be top left where you can wall the doorway. So generally how this would work is you had an easy window here where you could have hit the wall here, and your hog was happy to fight just the D.Va that was through. A couple seconds ago, D.Va was here, Sigma was back here. You hit that wall, and you and Hog beat up on D.Va while her allies are stuck outside. That's kind of what you're looking to do, because this is the threatening entrance. Mid isn't that threatening of an entrance on this map, because what happens is if they enter through mid, while your team is gathered up here, you have the high ground on them. You get to do some pretty good stuff. You get to rain down damage on them, etc. And someone, one of your tanks or you, can just jump on the point and ice block while your team rains down damage, and they don't get any progress. So this is the entrance that matters, which means this is the entrance that you want to hit your ice wall on. Don't want to do that while you're full health. You might need that later.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Torbjorn.
Stay out of my way! I'm in the zone!
Now, you don't want to slow down their entrance right now because they're actually down someone. That Pharah literally just respawned. They were Echo a second ago, which means even if they chose to push, at best they were pushing into a 6v5, and you're happy to let them push in. You don't want to keep them out. You'd be happy to let one of them in because they're effectively staggering themselves. That person would have been pushing into the three of you, and you'd have easily taken them. If anything, you'd put the wall behind them to stop them from getting out if they really had come in. Nice. Yeah, again, you don't really want to stop them from coming in when you're up. You want to stop them from leaving. Or you want to split them when a few of them are already in. You can wall that off. No, ice block. Okay. So you were close. You were close. We know what you were going for, and that would have been good if you did it. That's just learning the controls, getting a little, that's something that you'll get better at with practice.
大家都指望着我呢。
60 seconds remaining.
We need to fall back.
No, we don't wall them out.
Navigation matrix ready.
I know it might seem like, oh, but if I wall them, that'll delay them for 5 seconds, and they're on attack, and they're on a timer, so that matters. It really doesn't. It's actually bad. It really is actually bad, because your wall is so much more valuable than 5 seconds of delay off the clock. And once your wall is on cooldown and they know it's on cooldown for 7 seconds, that gives them huge openings that they otherwise would be trying to play around because your wall is so dangerous to them on the entrances to both points on this map. So you don't want to put your wall on cooldown unless you get much better value out of it than delaying them 5 seconds, because it makes their job so much easier for those next 7 seconds.
It's Hanamura.
Ice block. Yeah.
Let them up.
30
seconds
is not over
remaining.
yet.
Just a little longer. Keep up our defense.
Yeah, wall's good. Unfortunately, the only one you really got there was Diva, and she'll probably fly around with shift, but that was the right idea. In fact, that might be the best wall I've seen from you. No, second best.
I have to get back.
So you're just gonna run out onto point, and if you're the only one, you're immediately gonna ice block. Yeah, throw a wall up, that's fine. Yeah, you can wall yourself like that. And then when it goes down, you let them look at you for a second. Be ready to freeze gun, freeze gun.
冻住，不许走，
Ice block, ice block. Good.
不许走。
Get the soldier, soldier to your left, soldier to your left.
这样可以打，看看光。This.
You got ice block, yep. Unfortunately, you ice blocked off point there. That was a mistake, but that's okay. Decent stall, actually. Okay. So, biggest thing for you, especially on this map, is going to be learning the value of your wall, learning how to hit that wall at those choke points. The two critical choke points are the obvious choke point on first point as they're walking through there, and then on second, it's actually top left where I showed you where we did the drawing there. That's going to be the critical one. If they come in through main, you really don't care that much. Your team has such a big advantage over them. And that far and away will be the most important thing for you to improve on May. So make that the focus. For everyone else, if you're looking for coaching, you can join my Discord through the link in the description below. And through that, you can see my rates, sign up for coaching, all that good stuff. Or if people are just enjoying the content, that's fantastic too. Please do feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks. Temporal out.